You tune into Guzzi's World. I'm your host, UZ, the great one left. I'm him, Himothy, him, Duncan, the great Elohim. Swagger McJagger, Swag Pete, Swagston, Coach, keeping it real like Ian Bill. We don't care how I feel. Class in session order. Guys, we have a very special episode today. We have another debate. It's Flat Earth versus Globe Earth. Now, you might recognize one of our guests, Dan, Captain Dan. Now,
Hello.
Dan has already been on the show before. He went against someone called Ethan. And, you know, much respect for both of them for having that debate. Dan took that debate respectfully. But we have a new guest today. We have Anthony all the way from America. And he's going to be supporting the Flat Earth side. And Dan is going to be supporting the Globe Earth. So what I'm thinking, Dan, if this is okay with you, is it okay if we yield the floor to Anthony to begin with? So Anthony,
100.
just spend a couple minutes, 100%. Tell us who you are, where you're talking from, and what your position is in this debate.
All right. Okay. My name is Anthony. I'm in Cincinnati, Ohio. It's United States on the East Coast, Midwest, but East Coast. So I'm a flat earther for probably about I'd say maybe 10 years. It found me, it's a guy called Bro Sanchez. Like I watch his show, so he talks about flat earth. Then once I heard about it, a lot of info just started coming towards me, stuff like that. So
Okay.
brought a good feeling over me.
Okay. And what we'll say then, okay, to start the debate then, what would you say, Anthony, is what's your first point? So if we'll break it into segments. So give us your first point, what supports the earth being flat.
I'll say take a look at a compass, a clock, it's flat. You can look at a hurricane.
Okay, well, dude, Anthony, mate, one at a time, please.
Yes, one at a time. Thank you.
I can't remember that many.
So the first one you said was look at a clock. That was the second one.
Clock on the wall.
I didn't hear the first one.
So what was the first one, Anthony? Can you remember?
It might be a compass.
That's it. Okay, so a compass. So what about a compass means that the world is flat? By the way, my position is I am very neutral. I think it could be flat or it could be a globe. I'm easy either way. I will take in the information. But yeah, I want you to explain to us why a compass, how does that prove that the earth is flat? I yield the floor, Anthony.
Oh, the compass, because you got the poles, which is Polaris, north, south, east, west. That's how you navigate on the flat earth. So it's sort of like a pass and slices. So the time zones fit on there.
Okay. Oh.
But they don't. They just don't. Yeah, but that's just look. I'm sorry, Anthony, but that's just completely incorrect. Time zones work with effectively what longitude you're on, and they don't work. The lines of longitude don't work properly on your Gleason flat map because once you go past the equator, they're still getting wider as you go to your South Pole wall, which I believe the ice wall. So on a flat Earth, South is surrounding the entire planet, and that's just nonsense because we know it's the South Pole. So once the lines of longitude get fattest at the equator, which is where you get 1 degree equaling 60 nautical miles, okay, and that's how you get the 360 degrees. But once you go, say, north to south past the equator, then those lines of longitude start getting thinner and then meet at the pole, right at the South Pole. That is effectively, I'm not going to assume that you know what a Terry's chocolate orange is, but I know that Gareth's grinning at this because I'm sure he's had one and he
I
smashed one.
love Terry's chocolate orange.
There
Anthony, do
we
you know
go.
what they are though?
No.
Okay, it's a
So
chocolate bar. Just yeah. In fact, Dan, you can
no, you
explain what
go
it
for
is.
it. You
Okay,
go, Gareth. Go on.
all right. So basically, Terry's chocolate
Oh,
orange
I
is a
just got to let the dog
chocolate.
out.
It's a chocolate in the UK, which is literally the shape of an orange, and it's orange flavour chocolate. So that's all the Terry's chocolate oranges. They're amazing, by the way. I didn't know you didn't have them in America, but they are amazing. So
Yeah, but they're also segmented, aren't they, Gareth?
yes, they are. They're in segments, like
So
orange pieces.
so basically, they're like mini orange pieces, and they come out segmented. And you could almost look at those as the lines of latitude. You
So
see, so at the top, at the pole, they're very thin, and then they get broader outwards. So they and then as they go past the equator, the fat part, they then start to converge again, and then become sort of like a tiny, because they're like little wedges. You know how you get a wedge of lemon in a drink?
so
If
are
it's
they
a really, if
when
it's
you
a
say
really
it's smaller,
slim
is it still
sliver,
360 degrees?
sorry, what?
When you said it is wider, then when it gets smaller, is the smaller part still 360 degrees?
Well, yeah, because our planet has 360 degrees, but it will take you a lot less to walk it. So if you're walking around the South Pole, you can certainly do 360 degrees, but it's not going to take you very long to get round it. Now,
Oh,
if you did that at the equator, that's going to take you an awfully long time.
I see. Okay.
So,
Yeah.
so the thing about when you say navigating as well, what a lot of people get confused on is they think that the compass, you can't use a compass on a ball. That's what they're saying. Because, of course, a compass works on magnetic north. And all our maps, okay, face true north. Now, magnetic north is hundreds of miles away and moves. And at the moment, it's accelerating, and people are concerned that it's going to actually flip to the South Pole, and south will then become north. And this has happened numerous times over the length of the Earth, and we're overdue one. God, don't ask me how the geologists found that out. I'm not a geologist, but they have done, and it seems to be, taken as a scientific consensus, so to speak. But so you've got true north, and that's why when you have to read maps and navigate, okay, it's called declination, the difference between those two, and where you are in latitude, right? It means you have to either increase or decrease depending on where you are. And if you look at maps, they will actually show you the declination down the bottom right hand corner of the map. Now, we as pilots use charts, and again, but they're a lot more complex and they've got a lot more stuff on them. But yeah, if you went around the equator, it's going to take you an awful long time. But the other thing that people don't understand about the compass is it just works. We're on a ball, but it's such a massive ball that it appears flat. And a compass just follows magnetic lines, and they go all around the Earth. So a compass is just going to follow it. And you can easily make your own compass by taking a magnet, taking a needle, get a leaf and a bowl of water, magnetize the needle, one end of it, okay, put it on the leaf, all right, and it will turn towards north. You can easily do that yourself and see that it actually works.
What's that
So
look?
All right.
let me just interject. Yeah, Anthony. So what do you out of what Dan's just said? What's your rebuttal to that? What do you think about his explanation of the compass?
Just got to go and shut the door.
Mm, I probably would really go somewhere else, like, because really it's just numbers. It don't show how you got them. It's just numbers they equal this. 4 + 4 = 8. That don't mean that you know what I'm saying? Like,
Okay. So you're still not buying it, even though he's saying that. You still don't believe that what he's saying proves anything, basically.
right? Yeah. It don't. It really it's just
Okay.
numbers.
But so the thing is, the southern oceans have been navigated for hundreds upon hundreds of years. All right. and they struggle to be able to find longitude, because latitude you can find via sextant, but longitude you can't. You need timing. So when you say it's just maths, I'm afraid to say that that's what navigation is, and it's trigonometry.
Can
And
I add?
so hang on just one sec. I'm going to say this. That's why in the Second World War, the smartest person in the plane was not the pilot, right? Pilots are called monkeys on sticks, especially in helicopters. It was the navigator, because these guys had to see what the wind is by looking down at the surface of the sea, or indicators of birds, trees, crops, etc. And also they had hatches, so they could look at night at the stars and navigate by the stars. When I did my navigation, this guy was an incredibly smart guy. And these guys are on ships, and there's also a race which goes all the way around Antarctic. So, it's measured. They're all on GPS. They're all buzzing around it. None of these people belong to NASA or any government body. So, and there's people that live in the southern hemisphere. So, all right, when you say it's just numbers, what do you mean by that?
It's like you could say the sun is 93 million. So what numbers? What did you measure that with? How do you
Uh,
say it's 93 million?
okay. So they use radio waves. So if you notice, you get mirror telescopes where they're looking at stuff, and then you get radio telescopes, okay, that emit radio waves. Now, radio waves bounce off solid or anything really. They bounce off and bounce back. So they fire these radio waves and they see how long it takes, because a radio wave travels at 300 million meters per second, right? So that's why a light year is a long, long, long way away. Now, you say that these are just numbers, but you've got lots and lots of clever people that go from school who are fascinated by kids at the stars and things like that and astronomy, and they head towards that and they go and do a degree, then they do a master's, and then they're working in the environment and learning off previous people. Then they do a PhD and they specialize and they go into a specific, very specific profession, which neither you nor me nor Gareth could understand in a month of Tuesdays. I mean, these guys are extraordinarily bright, and they know exactly what they're doing. So let me ask you, let me put it in sort of simple terms. If Okay, so when you're playing basketball outside the D ring, if you shoot for the hoop, is that a 3-pointer or a two?
Oh, 3-pointer.
It's a 3-pointer, yeah. And inside is one or two. I can't remember.
Two.
Two,
Yeah.
two. Okay, all right. So if I was playing basketball with a mate, and every time I got one outside the D ring, we gave each other four. What would you say to me
I
as you were
mean,
walking past with your ball?
I got a question about the sun still. Like when you were saying measuring, okay, the sun rays. When the sun rays is going through there, why they ain't measuring with
Dude,
that?
dude, dude, I was just trying to explain something to you. Basically, what I'm saying is,
Dan, sorry, I have to
sorry,
interject. Order. I
go on then.
yield the floor to Anthony. I want to
All
hear
right,
what he's going to say about this son.
all right, go
You
on then.
said they
Sorry.
had measured it with whatever you said they measured it with, but the sun rays, like you can measure it by that. It's just like a light that's on the street. You could tell how far it's away. But if that's so far that it wouldn't even be no lights, it wouldn't even be no corpuscular rays and stuff.
Dan?
I don't understand. I don't understand what you're
You don't know
getting
what
at.
corpuscular
They
rays
fire.
are? Okay, if the cloud blocking the sun and it's shining through there, if it's so far
No,
back,
no, I know what a crepuscular ray is. I just wonder what it's
yeah,
got
if
to
it was
do.
so
When I
far back,
see,
the
oh, so you're saying it's a local sun.
yeah, it would go straight down. If it's so far away and that
Okay,
cloud hit
no,
it, they would
all
be
right.
straight.
So
They,
so crepuscular rays. have you got a mate with a drone? You know, one of those little flying drones?
Yeah.
Okay. Get your mate with one of them, and the next time you see crepuscular rays, get him to video it and climb, and you'll see that they're parallel. There's a video of it on YouTube of a bloke with a drone doing exactly that. It is perspective in the same way that railroad tracks seem to meet in the middle. You know that they don't, but it appears that they do. And that is just human perspective because we're so tiny. So
Right.
crepuscular rays are straight because the sun's rays come at us straight away from 93 million miles. I
Okay.
said to
So
Ethan, mate, about the sun being local is that on your map, the sun travels round the Tropic of Capricorn, right, in winter, and the Tropic of, oh no, sorry, the Tropic of Capricorn in summer, and then, well, one or the other. Okay, it carries along the tropics, which are, I think, 22,000 miles long. If the sun was traveling, okay, that had to get to round 22,000 miles in 24 hours, how long, how fast would it have to go?
see that stuff. Good point. That's what I mean. Like how the size of the ball, the so-called globe, and then it's spinning. How do that equal up to 24 hours? Like,
No, you just change the question. Just change the question. I'm asking you, let's just say the sun goes around the equator. 24,000 miles in 24 hours. How fast does it have to go?
right.
How fast does the sun have to travel round the equator? So I'm looking at your Gleason map. You said the sun's light comes right down upon us,
And when
which
and
just
when you saying
which
that it's
just isn't the
spinning
case.
and it's 24 hours, where is that experiment that added that up? Like that's what I'm saying. They just numbers. Like, where is
No,
it?
no, they're not just. No, we know that the Earth's diameter is 24,000, I think, 900 miles. Okay,
See,
we
I'm
know
glad you
that.
brought that up. That's what I mean. Remember the curvature within it? There's so much 8 inches of curvature.
Okay, right. So that's a
That's a good
different
point.
thing. Yeah, but
That's a good point.
it's a different thing, dude.
So it would be way smaller than the circumference that they're saying. Like
No.
with that
Okay, so
curvature.
all right, what is the true what do you need for a true calculation, all right, of
I
seeing
need a
something?
experiment that shows that it really does that.
No,
That they say that
no,
it.
no, listen, look,
And
okay.
when you say a
Get eight.
perspective of the sun going down, it's going away. So you're really using the flat Earth's perspective.
No, no, it's not going away, is it? It
That is going
sets.
away and it's going in a
No, it
circle.
sets. It sets. Explain to me
How do it
then
set then? Hold on, all
if
right,
the
all right, all right.
sun,
So you said it's set it. It's 93 million ways. How does it gonna set? How do a sun
because
set?
the Earth spins, the sun stays where it is, and
It
the
went
Earth
out of your sight
spins. And
because it
as
went
you as
away.
you turn away from the sun's rays, that's nighttime.
Okay, so you still can see the moon in the daytime. So where ain't it supposed to be on the dark side?
Because the moon has its own orbit around the Earth, and it just happens to light up where the sun is. You seem to think that the moon should go opposite the sun because you think that the sun moves. The sun is 93 million miles away and stays stationary, and the planet turns very slowly.
So according to y'all, that the moon don't turn.
No, because it's called tidally locked. It's tidally locked to the
But
Earth.
do the other ones rotate?
Which other ones?
The other planets or stars, do they rotate?
Okay, well, the planets definitely rotate,
But the
and
moon don't?
a lot of
But
moons,
the moon don't?
a lot of moons are tidally locked. But look, we've got away from the
Yeah.
sun. Hang on, no, we've got away from the sun because it was a very easy question. All right, on
Was
your
this
map,
planet and it
on your
goes
no, 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 no. You said the
it
sun
go
shone
up,
down from
down.
on top. Hang on, no, no, no. This is what you guys do. You always go off onto different subjects, asking questions about this, that, and the other. You ask the question,
You
so I'm
kind of
explaining
long-winded,
it
but
to
when
you,
you
and then
saying
you
good
got it. No,
point,
then you give me an answer back. It's that simple.
you
It's
keep
that
talking about
simple.
numbers and
24
other.
hours. 24 hours is a day. Would you agree? One day is 24 hours.
So okay, if it's a globe,
No,
it would be
no.
12
Simple yes or
hours.
no, Anthony.
It
Anthony.
should be
Anthony.
12 hours every
Anthony.
day.
Simple yes or no.
So how did the daylight savings time happen on the globe?
No. You're going off to daylight savings again. What the fuck are you doing there?
We
It's
talking about
2
the
minutes a day.
globe, man.
Where
You
Gareth
talking
and I
about
are. Oh,
you done
Jesus
talked
Christ.
about
No,
oranges
see,
and
this
I
is what
we
you
talking
do.
about
No,
the
this is what
globe.
you guys do. You just ramble off
Guys,
on some other fucking thing. It's
we need
very
some order.
easy.
We need some
Easy.
order.
He don't
Right,
want to
guys,
talk
let me
about
just
the globe. He wanted
right.
to talk
So
about
24,000 miles in 24 hours is 1,000 miles per hour. Every time you
okay.
saw the sun, it would come whistling by you and you'd get a massive sonic
24
boom.
times 1,000 is 24,000, but that don't show that the earth do that. That's
The
math.
earth
That we talking
definitely
about.
do that. The earth
That's a
definitely
whole
do
different
that.
subject. Now you talk
It
about
do that.
math.
It defo do that, mate. It fucking does. It do it.
The globe and stuff is science. You talking about math.
No, they're intertwined. It's navigation.
Yeah,
Look,
but one
there is.
can't, they are intertwined, but one can't hide behind the other. That's what you trying to make one hide behind the
Yeah,
other
but
and
you don't know either.
let them both stand
How the
first.
hell? How do you know? How do you know? Where's your experience?
I
What
mean,
what
I'm not
gives you?
nasty. I don't go
No,
up
what
in the
gives
world.
you? What
So if
gives
they
you?
knew, no, hold up. If they were
What
so
gives you this
proven,
security to ask
a
these
flat
questions
earth
and
wouldn't
presume
even have
these
a
things
chance.
when I'm giving you perfectly reasonable answers, but you don't even want to hear them. You just want to go to the next point because
Well, I'm
that's what you
anxious to
want. You
make these
just want to be
points.
right. No,
No,
dude,
I
you
don't want
just
to.
want to be
I'm
right.
not right. Right is just right on its own, minus me. You know what I'm saying? People can't be right. They ain't
I
allowed to
don't
be
know what
right
you're
because
saying.
I'm not around. That I
Are you
don't
saying
own right.
white? A white or right?
I am correct, but because they haven't proved, they got all of these money and all that and haven't proved it. It shouldn't be no
Who?
room. If they had proved this solidly, flat Earth wouldn't even have no
They
chance.
have. No,
They
it doesn't.
haven't.
And this is it. This
Because of
is
the
the
curve
point.
that it shows, that's a little bitty ball in. If it's
Anthony,
curving,
Anthony, every pilot, every sea captain, every submariner, every engineer,
the ones I
every
heard said it's
astronomer,
flat.
every astrophysicist, everyone, every artilleryman, every
Even the Library
sniper,
of Congress said that it's flat.
everyone, it would require tens of millions of people to lie. And the whole globe works. It works, and we have the technology, okay, that makes it work. Nothing would work on the flat earth.
guys,
Nothing.
I just need to interject on Dan's point. Do you know what, Dan? When you said about millions of people would have to lie, I disagree with that, and I'll tell you why. Because I think they would only probably need hundreds of people to lie. Because I think
It
that if
doesn't
you
work
think,
that way.
if we think
What are they
about,
lying about? Come on, tell me
okay,
what they're
okay,
lying about.
I'll give you an example. Okay, so if I can mention, all right, okay, I'll ask you, Dan, and this is off topic, so I will bring it straight back. But 9/11, let's just say, for example, who was responsible for them buildings
But
falling?
who's
Do you
teaching
think?
9/11 at fucking flight school
No. But I've got a point. I've
or
got a point.
Exactly.
engineering school?
Who? This is my point. Who do you think was responsible? Who do you truly think
Israel.
was responsible?
Israel.
Exactly.
So
100.
you wait. So do you think the American government was anything to do with 9/11?
Yeah, I think Rumsfeld was. He
Okay,
facilitated it. He got them in. Um,
right.
you
So
know,
watch this.
the guys that were in the 9/11 for 2 months doing all the thing.
So
That
watch
plan
this
was
then.
gone.
So watch this. If so, what we're saying is it didn't take millions of people for 9/11 to happen. All it needed is a few people at the top to pull them strings,
No,
and then things
I
could
get
play
that,
out.
but
So
that's
that's what I
dude, I
think.
get that, but that's a conspiracy. What you're talking about is educate a whole. But look, when people go into further education, which I'm going to assume Anthony hasn't gone into, you know, these things are hard. You don't pass them. It's not for everyone. I mean, you've got to do an aptitude test before you can get in. So
Then you got this too,
you've
like
got to be
plane flight.
quite bright, and you've got to be relatively bright
You got
to understand the principles of
you
being
got
able
plane
to do
flights on
hang
the
on to
flat
do the
earth.
profession. And the thing about being a pilot is when you get on an aircraft, Gareth, or you,
Hmm.
Anthony, do you go and question the pilot? Do you say, hey, where did you get your license? How do you know that what the shape of the earth is and
Oh,
what you're
his
doing?
status
No,
shouldn't matter
no,
about the
you don't.
truth.
You don't.
His
You trust that there are things in place like aviation authorities that make sure that they're smart and they pass the fucking requirements to do the job. Now, kids in classrooms ask questions to their teacher. Sometimes teachers get it wrong. And don't tell me that there's not someone in the class that picks them up on it. Now, when you get to an adult and you're then dealing with pilots who have to be fairly smart to do the job, if you're trying to say that 4 plus 4 is 9, you're very quickly going to get called out. And you've got guys working in the skies for decades.
slow
Do you not
interview.
think that these mistakes or these lies would actually impact or have an impact? Of course they would. It's like people say, oh, you only learnt that at school. It's like people didn't learn engineering degrees and how to build aircraft at school.
I mean, see, that's
So
a
Yeah,
what
different subject, man, because they could know somebody who gave them I don't go by that, man. It's like, that's statuses and stuff. We talking about the Most High made this world. We not talking about like man-made. We talking about
So
what
how do you
planet
know he
they
didn't
live
make
on.
it? How do you know he didn't make it a globe then?
Because it don't add up because all of this
Really? Every other
ways they gotta
planet's a
figure
globe.
it out, they ain't proved it yet. So it must
We
be
have
something.
proved it. No, it's been proved
They
for a long
didn't
time.
prove it. You supposed to just believe because they said it. You could just take when
No,
Oprah and them went up there. Why you ain't turn the camera around to see all the
that's a very
stars
good point. That's a
and the
very good
planets?
point.
And come on, like
look,
it's
I
it's
couldn't. I
fake.
couldn't get. Listen, I couldn't give a toss about Katy
Just
Perry
like
going
this,
up to.
just like you got what's that Area 51?
I,
Do they show us any of that? Because it
look,
must be real. So why are they showing us
what's
this?
that got? What has that got to do with the shape of the
Because it's
Earth?
top secret. If it was top
It's
secret, they
got
wouldn't have shown it.
nothing. It's got nothing.
You
It's
do.
got
You
nothing
don't.
to
You
do.
don't
No, it doesn't
understand.
matter.
It's top
COVID was a
secret.
fucking. Listen,
You ain't.
COVID was a scam. The Israelis did 9/11.
Uncle Ben here,
I'm
and they
with you
all
on
in
so
good,
many of
bro.
them, but it's got nothing to do with the shape of the Earth.
Well, any man, we it's a lot to talk about. You got to look at the sun, the shape, the water,
No, we
all
were
of that,
we
man.
were we were talking about the sun, but then you buggered off and start talking about something else.
Just got they all
Can you
pertain together.
on your Gleason map? On your Gleason map, let's go back to the sun. On your flat Earth map, the sun
Right.
travels round, okay, opposite to the
Round,
moon.
up, down, in, out. That's
Oh,
how
it goes up
temperature.
and down. Can you tell me what height it is? Altitude?
They said
How big it
3,000 miles.
is?
I heard
3,000
3,000 miles,
3,000 miles.
which probably would be our country stood up long ways, right? They did
3
2,500
3,000 miles. So, and that's within the firmament or outside.
within the firmament.
So the
So it's
firmament is
local.
3,000 miles tall.
Man, nah, we feel the stars are
Okay.
stuck to the firmament,
Okay.
so that
So
don't.
the sun. Let's say the sun goes around the equator to make the maths easier for you.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
not saying
We
that the
have
sun and moon
24. We have
is
24
blue.
hours in a day. 24 hours in a day, and the sun, right,
Yeah.
orbits the Earth. What you're saying in
So
a
hold
day,
on.
yeah?
So on yours, it should be 12 hours every day. On the globe, it should be 12 hours every day. How is it
No, because there's a
14
tilt.
hours?
Anthony, could you guys
No,
1 minute? Order, sorry. Anthony, could you explain why it would be 12 hours every day? Because I'm not following. So
Because it's
explain
just
why.
spinning. Because it's spinning and the sun hitting it. So when it's spinning, it's dark 12 hours and it should be light 12 hours on the
okay. Do you
globe.
know where it's dark 12 hours?
Someplace
Go on,
like now, we're
you're
in the
nearly
time
there.
zone.
No, you're nearly
It's
there.
right here 14 hours. It should
No,
only be
yeah,
12.
because we're tilted. We're tilted.
That
We're
still
tilted
should be
by
12
23.
hours, even if it
We're
tilts.
tilting. We're tilting like a spinning top.
Okay, you say that, so how does that make it still
Okay,
not
go and
12
look
hours?
up. Okay, get on your phone and look up nighttime in Zambia.
Like I said, the flat one, it go up,
No.
down. So, all right,
Listen,
all right.
man.
So that
No,
little
you're
bit of
right.
tilt,
No, but
how
you're
do
right.
winter happen? How
In
do winter and summer?
Zambia, on the equator, it's 12
Yeah, lost
hours.
connection, guys.
Okay,
He
and
ain't never answered one of my questions, man.
dusk
He
and dawn.
never answers a
I'm
question.
Lost
answering your
connection.
question. You asked me. You said it should be 12 hours, and
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's 12 hours at the equator. And in the
Right, I'm just
northern
gonna wait.
hemisphere,
Everyone
because we
wait.
have
If
a
you can hear
tilt,
me,
it
Because
changes every
everyone wait.
year
Don't do
by
anything.
2
Don't close
minutes a
any tabs
day,
or anything. Leave
depending
it
on
up,
your
and hopefully
latitude.
it'll connect.
So
because
it's
you
Right.
say it do.
54. I think
That don't,
Trying to
just
stay
because you said it
connected.
do don't mean that's what it do.
it's
It
not just
don't.
me, mate. It's in almanacs. Okay, it's in pilots stuff. We have to use this
And the
stuff
pilot
because we have
stuff
to know
said it's
when
flat,
daylight.
man. I don't
Oh
watch that. His
no.
pilot said it's flat. Then the thing the
No, they
pilot
don't.
used is
Right.
No,
flat.
they don't. I
I
can
don't know
assure
what that
you they
Right.
sign,
Another
don't.
one
but
here.
They're taking
man,
the
everything
piss.
flat, bro. A
They're
compass,
taking
a
the piss.
block,
We
a
just
fucking
agree with you. I was an
what's that
ex-pilot,
pencil
mate.
thing with the
When
metal
we
thing
have
in it?
when we have retards and nutters like you guys coming up, we
Flight
just fucking
patterns don't make sense on no
no. What we
ground.
do is just agree with them. We just agree with them because we don't want any trouble. They tend to get a little bit arsy if you don't agree with them. If you don't
So
go by their
okay, so you
wayside,
said you okay,
you
since
don't know how to.
he just still going. Okay, so you said it tilt, so that made it winter and summer because of the tilt.
Yes.
That little bit of tilt, okay. Supposedly that little bit of tilt made it winter and
It
summer.
depends where we are. It depends where we are in our orbit, mate. Doesn't it?
The flight
So
patterns don't make
as we go the other side of the Earth, the other side of the sun, sorry, the we're tilting away from the sun, and so we don't get as much sun during the day. It's just time.
but the sun
In
but the
summertime,
globe rotate
in
every day, so
summertime,
it could be look.
in summertime, it's like okay, mate. Listen, if
So
you go
according
up
to you, it
north,
should be summer tomorrow and then winter tomorrow and then
okay,
summer tomorrow.
have you ever been outside of Ohio?
Yeah.
Have you? Where did you go?
North Carolina, Columbus. It's like what do
Right.
you have to do with anything?
Are they? Give me north, south, east, west. Have you ever been north
North,
of Ohio?
north of us. Hold up. See. So west and east is going around on the flat. South is
No,
down.
forget the flat Earth.
North
Just
is
tell me where. Have you been north of Ohio or south of Ohio?
look. For one, if it was a globe,
I don't know
if
where
it was a
Carolina is
globe,
in
people
relation
in
to
Australia
Ohio.
about to upside down, bro. Point
No,
blank.
well, look, it's very simple. The further north you go, the lighter it is in summer,
And we
and
in Ohio, USA,
the
so what we
longer
walking sideways?
it stays light.
We walking sideways
And
right now.
on the opposite side of the world, they're in darkness, and the sun, they don't really see it. It just kind of pops up a little bit and then it goes down.
So
And
we
it's the
walking like
same,
this
and it's
now.
the opposite in winter for the north and opposite in summer for the south. So the summer get a 24-hour sun, and there's places in the north that get a 24-hour sun,
Yeah,
effectively
how? How?
opposite
How
time of the year, at the opposite time of the year.
then it's some ain't it one place that got sun for 6 months, right?
Because of the tilt.
Oh God, no, there's no way that it no.
They
It'd
listen.
be like that all
It's
year.
not. They don't have summer for 6 months. They may have an elongated. I don't know that
There's
fact.
no way on
But
the
all
earth
I
that
do
something
know is that they get 24 hours of sun, and the further up towards the equator you go from the South Pole, the quicker the nighttime will and the dusk will come until
and
you
then
hit the
don't some of
equator.
them
Till you hit the equator, and then it's 12 hours, and the dusk and the dawn are 15 minutes.
there's no way that on earth that it ain't gonna get no sunlight for 6 months. There's no
I
way.
don't, I don't know, I don't know about that, so I don't know. I can't answer it.
Yeah,
I
on
don't
no
know what you're
ball
talking
it
about.
can't, but on a flat, it can do that. Like I said, the sun go up, down,
No,
in and out,
no, no, it
like
can't. Because
this.
how does your sun do that then?
God made it that way. What you mean? See what I'm saying? You will believe what man said.
No,
It's God made
no,
it
no,
that
no,
way.
no, 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 no. Excuse me.
Electromagnetic.
My relationship with God has got fuck all to do
It's
with any
called
of that.
electromagnetic.
Okay,
So
it's not electromagnetics. What's magnetic? It's wood
what is it?
magnetic.
Gravity?
Is water magnetic? Do you know how much power you
Electricity.
need for electromagnetics?
Man, God could do what he
You need
wants.
a lot of power for electromagnetics. That's
Okay,
why
so here we
thunderstorms are
go. Here,
scary.
can you pause for a second? Here we go. So gravity, right? Y'all say it's gravity hold down a big ocean, but a butterfly just flew. What's up with that?
Okay, which one's got wings?
It's
Do,
buoyancy. It's because
do you
like if you
think
drop
wings
a
help?
bowling ball, it's heavier
Do
than
you
the
no?
air.
Do you think wings help? I mean, why else has it got them?
See what I'm saying? The burden of proof is on y'all. Y'all said it's gravity that makes that happen.
Right?
So
Makes what happen?
makes the water stick to a ball. Then
Right?
you got people. So I'm in Ohio. Are we both on the same level? So we walking sideways. And then the people in Australia walking upside down, bro, on the globe. See what I'm
Right?
saying? Look how that's what I'm talking about. So I mean, come on now.
It sounds
Okay.
crazy when you say it like
So
that. It does
so
sound
so
crazy.
why do the Australians see the moon upside down?
They don't, do they? Do where the proof
Yes,
at?
yes they do.
I didn't know that, Dan. I'm interested in
Yeah,
this. I
they
did
do.
not know that.
Yeah, they did. Why can the
Man,
Australians see? Why can the Australians not see
why can't we see
Polaris?
a boat? When the boat go over the so-called curve and you
No, no, no.
zoom
Why is
in,
there a no? Why is there a boat? People just stood outside the pub looking up. They see different stars to what we do. Why can't they see Polaris?
and they'll do Polaris move.
No, a little, tiny bit. It will eventually not become our North Star in about a couple of thousand years, I think. But no, it doesn't move. That's why it's the North Star. And they have their own equivalent called the Southern Cross. And you take the long bit of the cross, so you've got your cross here like that. And you take your long bit and you double it, and then you look down, and that's south. And they can see that and many other constellations that we can't see in the north. So can you explain that, please, on the flat Earth?
Say that again. It's kind of
So could you
long, but
explain why people in the south can't see the northern stars effectively, and people in the north can't see the southern stars,
I think they
specifically
can.
Polaris and the Southern Cross?
I just look at a
Could you?
zodiac. Yeah, there you go. A zodiac map too. That's flat. How do we get the 12 signs? That fits right over a flat earth. You know how they do
Are
nodes and
you
yeah,
saying?
and
Are you
degrees where
saying?
you're born. Look at your
Are you
birth chart.
saying what? Are you saying why a map's flat?
Yeah, I mean, I could come from mass angles, sunlight.
Are
That's
you
what I'm saying.
serious? Okay, all right.
Yeah, you
What's a
got the
globe?
zodiac sign, the
No, no,
12.
no, 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 no. Hang on. Is everyone going to go around with a globe in their car? It's not going to be
So
very useful for doing the London A to Z, is it?
I'm just
Okay, you
saying
need
those fit with.
difference in scale.
Can you pause for a
No,
second? I'm
so
just saying,
that's
like,
what I explained. That's what I explained. When
when
they
you
put it
get
on
your
a
birth
map,
chart, it shows degrees and everything. It fits right on top of a
I
flat. It's a
know,
circle and it's flat.
And the thing is, you don't understand the first thing about navigation.
So if we looking
So
up on, hold up. So if North people looking up, how the South people gonna see the zodiac signs?
what, I don't really understand what you mean. I'm sure there are
I'm
some
saying
all zodiac
okay,
signs in the north. Are all
flat.
zodiac signs in the north? I don't
Flat
know.
means a plate. Okay, a plate. Flat Earth. The
No,
zodiac
no,
signs of flat
no,
things
no,
fixed
no, no,
up
no,
over.
no, 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 no. Look, the zodiac signs, those stars, were initially created by people in the north, i.e., by the Greeks, who gave them names. That's why. And the people. Hello, what's going on
He's
there?
getting a
You all
call,
right,
I
mate?
think.
Are you recharging? No, no. Hang on. Just listen. And the people from the south took took their myths with them when. Sorry, the people from the north. Okay, like the Greeks and the Romans. Oh, hello, he's gone.
Yeah, I think he will get in the call. He'll be back. He'll be back. Did Dan, just to reiterate, did you say that it was in fact he's back now? He's back now. Yeah, say that again about the myth or something, Dan. Start from
So
there.
basically, look, it was the Greeks that initially named them. and they named like a lot of people, they thought they were gods, and things like that. So they named them after
It's funny you
certain
say that
things,
because
and
I heard it's supposed to
the
be more
Romans did
months.
too. So like the Romans named.
You making points. I'm
Huh,
trying to.
look, the Romans, okay, named some of the planets, which is why they're called after their gods. Jupiter is Jupiter, and Mars is the god of war. So some of them were named by them.
Ain't that
So,
similar
and
to
then
the
as
days?
hang on, wait there. As people progressed, and
I'm
these
asking like
myths about astrology, and I'm answering your question, and those
I'm saying, are
signs
they
of
days like
the
Tuesday?
zodiac.
Man, can you
When
focus?
those
Dude?
when those people went south on boats, and people started being sent to the colony of Australia as prisoners, they took that information with them. So they may know the signs of the zodiac, but I don't know whether they see them, because I'm not an astronomer. So I'm not sure. I don't know. What's next? Jesus.
I don't know. I
What's
mean,
your
now I'm
next?
going.
So just to check, Anthony. So you believe that we're in the firmament? Um, I'm. Do you know what I will ask? I've got a question for you.
I feel like
If because the interesting thing is a lot of old civilizations do all speak of the firmament, and even all the religious texts do. Now, I'm not a religious man, so I don't hang off every word of religion, because I don't necessarily believe in all of it, but I do think the firmament has been mentioned so many times that there has to be something to it, regardless if it's exactly a dome. And I'm not saying it's that, but I feel like there has to be something, because you see it everywhere. They put it in films, they put it in cartoons. They're always hinting at it, so there must be something there. What's your thoughts on that?
me.
Yeah,
Yeah, I agree with you. Like it is something. That's what I mean. Like they the one got all this technology. So why they don't touch on that? Why they avoiding it? Why they hiding it? Because it's something. That's why I don't believe them. You know, just like I
what do you
said,
think
Area
about the
51.
firmament, Dan? Sorry,
Huh?
Hey,
Anthony. Carry on. Sorry.
And I think that the stars is attached to that. You see what I'm saying? The light behind it is something behind that. I don't think the planet's attached to the dome, but I think the stars is. That's my take on it.
Interesting.
Then you got the
Interesting.
rainbow.
And Dan, but
The
yeah, sorry.
so the
rainbow and the
planet's
sky
not
make that
attached to the
shape.
dome. So how is the dome stay there then, if
And
it's
then to
not
make
attached to the
and then to
planet?
have a rainbow, you got to have a closed or a reflection off something.
No, you don't.
Oh, bro, you
You
all
could
right.
you can get a rainbow from a hose pipe.
But it's got to reflect off of something though. What is
No,
making it?
it doesn't. Sunlight, you donut.
You, I hear you. I hear you.
Sunlight
You
hitting
just figuring it
water and
out. Hey,
refracting.
you ain't correct.
It's
I hear you.
sunlight hitting water, fine mist, okay, which scatters the light, and you get a rainbow, because that's what all the colors in the light spectrum.
Right. That's true. They go to
So
rainbow.
when helicopters, when helicopters are flying through clouds and their blades are spinning and the sun is up, right, above you, and you're in the cloud, or the clouds are just below you, but there's moisture in the air, we create rainbows on the clouds. So you see the shadow of a helicopter with a rainbow above it going past. We make them every day. Not every day, but we see them quite often.
Right.
You can make a rainbow by getting some soap,
Okay.
dish soap,
So, all right.
washing up soap, add
Gotcha.
it to
So the
water.
vacuum.
That's
So
what
the
kids do.
vacuum. All right. All right. So the vacuum is space, right? Has the
Right.
rocket
Do you know what
flying?
a pressure gradient is?
Yeah, how's the burning from the fire if it ain't no air in space? How's the rocket flying through there?
Because it's carrying its own fuel of air, oxygen.
Ah,
It's a
sorry.
vacuum in
Well,
I
look,
just want to
okay,
chime in.
you're
I just want to
laughing, but
chime in
look,
1 second, Dan.
just,
Order.
just
Sorry.
go on.
1 sec. So with because you mentioned an interesting point there, because I've watched something recently what was explaining if there's no oxygen in space, rocket fuel, the fire would cut out. But you said something interesting. So rockets have their own oxygen that they pump out with the gas and all that stuff at the same time.
Yeah, but also it's probably mixed into the actual material itself. You know, so the fuel is got oxygen within it. I
Okay.
don't know. I don't know whether they have separate tanks and it gets mixed. I mean,
So a
that's what
good
you do to your
example is
car engine. That's what a carburetor is, isn't it?
okay,
It sucks in air at high velocity and it mixes 15 parts of air to 1 part of fuel. So if they did mix it, it wouldn't be new technology. But also, people ask why the sun burns if there's no oxygen, and it's because it retains its own. It's burning helium. Sorry, it's burning hydrogen into helium.
Right.
So it's got its own fuel source, oxygen source, and not everything needs. So the sun doesn't need like oxygen because it's a massive thermonuclear reactor. It's basically like a big fucking nuclear bomb going off all the time.
Interesting.
It's just so much power, and the gravity sort of trying to pull it in. And the sun, I don't know, mate. I'm not an astronomer. But what I was going to say is just think of lithium batteries for cars. So there's been a lot of problems with lithium batteries exploding and then being very difficult to put out. And that's because within the fuel source, there's a lot of oxygen. So it's got its own fuel source. It's got its own oxygen, whereas fuel,
like I heard,
standard fuel doesn't until you mix it.
Anthony, Dan, let Dan finish what he was saying. Sorry, carry on, Dan.
So like with fuel, it doesn't. If people light a match, let's say you spill some petrol on the floor, okay, and it's a really hot day, and you spill some petrol on the floor and it's a really cold day. Okay, if you lit a match on the cold day, then the fumes coming from the petrol would probably not ignite because there'd probably be so few fumes. Whereas if it was a hot day, it would immediately start to evaporate. And if someone then lit a fag, that spark could actually set them off.
Okay.
Do you understand? So fuel doesn't carry its own oxygen, but in space, in rockets, they do.
Got you. Okay,
right.
Anthony, we yield the floor to you now. Anthony, carry on.
So in the vacuum, like I had seen, it was a pressurized thing, and they had some flies in there. They couldn't fly because of the vacuum. So it don't matter if it's cold or hot.
Why is that?
It's vacuum. They can't fly. They can't move their hands. It's vacuum sucked.
Why?
Because they put a vacuum on there and put it on.
What does that mean? But what does that mean? Why can't they fly?
Because it's vacuum.
But what does that mean? Has gravity got hold of them?
It's suction. It's vacuum. That's what that means.
And what does that mean?
So what is it's simple. It sucks. They can't fly. So that means you're not going to be able to project.
In order to create a vacuum, what do you do?
Close it in. Close in the space.
But then you've got air. When you close a box, because you close a box, you've got air in it. So what do you do?
But the vacuum.
It sucks
the water. The vacuum sucks out, so when they fly, your wings can't move. Just like
Okay. All right, I'll stop torturing you. You suck the air out of it.
Which is, I'm saying, is how space is. There's no air in space.
Right, no, so hang on. No, you suck the air out of it, so the fly hasn't got any air, because air it has mass. It might not be to you, but air has mass, and the flies use that mass to fly. And so if you take all the air out, they've got nothing to... I have no idea what that noise is. It's rather bonkers. Oh, he's off again.
People keep calling.
Sorry. Give him 2 seconds.
Don't worry, mate. Don't worry. Did you have a nice Christmas and New Year? I think I've asked you.
It was beautiful, thank you. It was very chilled down. I had a couple of
drinks.
drinks.
I
I barely
barely
drunk.
drunk.
I
I
was
was
just,
just, it was
chill.
chill.
It
It
was
was
chill.
chill.
But
But
I
I
spoke to
spoke
you
to you
about
about
yours
yours
actually,
actually.
because you
You
told
told
me
me
a
a
few
few
stories.
stories.
But that's what's up,
Oh
man.
God, we've got
Oh
a bit of
God,
an
we've got
echo
a bit of
now.
an echo now.
Yeah.
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 Anthony,
Anthony,
oh God, we've
Oh
got a
God, we've
delay.
got delayed.
There's an
Echo now.
Huh?
We've got a delay
We've got a
here now.
delay here now.
Look at me speaking.
Look at me speaking.
Sir.
Yeah. Yes,
Yes,
Yeah.
there is.
there is.
I'm going to leave and
I'm
come
going to
back.
leave and come back.
Yeah, okay,
Okay,
cool.
cool.
Anthony, just say something. I want to see if you're... Oh, I'm echoing.
Yep. You heard me?
You're not echoing. Is it me? I might be the culprit. One moment.
Yeah, man. It's all good, man.
Test.
Hello.
Guys, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, and there's no echo
But
now.
his phone. Have you considered turning your phone to silent, Anthony? Have you considered that? Do you want to stick it in airplane mode?
Do you know what I was
Or
thinking
whatever.
that, but would he wouldn't be able to use this software, would he, if we're in airplane mode? That's what I was thinking.
I don't know. Depends whether he's got Wi-Fi or not. Have you got Wi-Fi?
Can you hear us? I think he's driving. Okay. So where was it? Right, you can both hear me, so that's good. I think it was me causing the echo.
He's gone again. Oh my God. This guy's chaotic as fuck.
You're a popular man, Anthony. So, where was we? Anthony, have you got another main point what you would like to use? If you had one thing you could show or tell Dan that you think was going to give you the best opportunity to make Dan say, do you know what? I think the earth is flat. What would it be? What would be your biggest thing that you could show Dan? What would change his mind? Okay.
You say so. Water doesn't go level. Water doesn't go anywhere except where it goes. It has no mind of its own, really. And he's gone again.
So pull up. What did you say, Anthony? Pour water to the top of a cup and then what?
It's gonna be level. It's not gonna have no dip or
Have
curve.
you, Anthony? Have you ever overfilled a glass?
Yeah.
What happens?
It spills over. I turned the glass upside
Okay.
down with the lid on it, and then no water coming. No
Turn
water.
upside down with a lid on it.
Yeah, no water came out.
Well, it's got a lid on it.
Oh, okay. All right. So the
I
globe
don't really understand what you're getting there. Okay, so if you overfill a glass but you don't spill it, have you ever seen the sort of slight bow that you get on the top of a glass of water when you've overfilled it, but it hasn't quite spilled?
I know what you mean.
What's causing that though?
Okay, or raindrops. Raindrops, like on someone's just polished their car bonnet, and it rains, and you get raindrops, and you get little half semicircles of little balls of water, semicircles.
Right.
What causes that?
I don't know. Do NASA know?
Okay. There's a lot more people that know than NASA. Well, we do know it. It's just you that doesn't know it. It's not us. We know this shit. No, we know this shit. So that's called surface tension, buddy. Surface tension. Do you understand surface tension now?
So essentially, Dan, what you're saying is like when there's a drop of water, let's say it's on the side of a car or a wing mirror or anything, and it can kind of hug to it, and it could be in a little droplet. So it seems like it's defying gravity by water kind of bending round on itself and staying there. Essentially, you're saying the Earth is a giant version of that. That's what the water's doing to the Earth.
Exactly that. If you think about it, what shape is a raindrop?
It's circular.
Exactly. Why?
I don't know.
The way it's fired, the way the wind hitting it when it's going down.
So
I don't know. But
okay, so what does water do in space? If you release a drop of water, what does it do?
You talking about in space?
Go on, mate. It's the easiest fucking shape in the world.
Yeah. So okay, since you say it in that,
so it makes a ball.
Yeah. So what? So do it to our body fluids too?
No, but that's in your body.
Now it's in our body. So
what do you expect your blood to be fucking pooling into little balls?
If you
or something, it's a stream. It's called a blood stream.
Yo,
what about your tears?
Be balling up too.
Your tears. Hey.
Oh no, I just don't see no proof. They could have been shut down flat Earth with proof,
You're
but
ignoring all the proof.
They don't have.
Dude, if you need to ignore all the proof just to maintain
I don't see
your ideology, I'm not sure God wants that.
Then
I'm not sure that you can stand before God and say, I have to disbelieve all these things in order to believe in you. I don't believe God would want that.
Then they said
you're just ignoring all the evidence
around the Earth.
Say that again, Anthony.
Wasn't it like 20,000 satellites supposed to be around the Earth?
That's a good point. I don't.
Well, when they go in space, where they at? Where was they at when they went in space and went up?
You can literally lie on your back in a place that isn't too full of light pollution. You can see them going overhead.
Where the satellites at?
Quite easily. People have photographed the ISS. Why are you laughing?
Thank you. Thank you for bringing up the ISS.
Thousands of people have done this.
So
thousands of people have done this.
Hold up.
No, what you're doing is what you're saying is because I haven't, no one has.
He got out.
What you're saying is because I have.
You hear me, bro? He got out and fixed it with a wrench. The ISS is going 20,000 miles an hour. Come on now.
There's no air.
Stop.
There's no air.
Okay, bro. Fix my light outside my car while we driving 20,000 miles an hour. Come on.
Oh gosh.
That ain't gonna work.
Oh, that's funny. So what you're saying, basically, so Dan, what he's saying is how do they
why didn't the fly?
The satellites. Is that what he's saying? Because if satellites in space and it's going mad and
why didn't the fly?
Yeah, and it's
in your vacuum.
And it's supposed to be 20,000 of them up there. Where they at?
Just answer the fucking question, mate. Why didn't the fly in your vacuum?
Because the vacuum, which space has vacuum, so the rocket can't fly. Yeah, I said space is
so
vacuum.
why couldn't the fly in your vacuum?
Because the planets didn't.
We answered it. I answered it for you. I gave you a perfectly reasonable answer.
So you say why they can't fly in my vacuum. So why can yours fly in the vacuum?
No, you're just asking another question instead of answering it.
How can yours fly in the vacuum?
Why couldn't the fly in your vacuum?
Because it's a vacuum. Now yours flew in the vacuum. How did it fly in the vacuum?
No air. Because there's no air.
So it flew in the vacuum.
Is there any air? Is there any air in space?
Y'all said it's not, so how is it flying?
Where's the air? It's within the atmosphere. There's no air in space, so there's no resistance.
Can you explain
air resistance?
I got flat.
You know when you put your hand out the car, mate, out the car window when you're driving along, that's called air resistance because air has mass. So, you just don't understand it.
So y'all still got to be illusion. So when he in space fixing the airplane and it's going 20,000 miles an hour, You got to just
because there's
assume
no
that.
air resistance. There's no air resistance.
Yeah, all right,
Look,
I
I know
got
it's difficult. I know it's difficult for
somebody.
very tiny, uneducated minds to grasp this.
Come back
But
later.
no air resistance. No air resistance means there's no fucking air.
Y'all have no
Is there?
answer, so that's why globe don't work, bro. You making your own stuff.
No, it
You
does
going to get
work.
your own stuff.
You're just denying it and ignoring it. Oh, he's off. He's off proper now. He's off at the back of the car.
Y'all Globers never
Oh, he's
explain
now
y'all
in the other
stuff.
seat.
All
He's just
y'all
gone from
grown stuff gotta
summertime
be
to winter.
illusions, man. When y'all got spaceships and millions of dollars and didn't prove nothing. All y'all got is myths and illusions. We gotta believe y'all stuff. You know, it's a small bomb, it's 8
What?
inches and
Sorry,
go.
what? No, you've gone onto the. You don't need to go into space to know that it's a globe.
I mean, you entitled. Why you think
Okay,
it's
listen. I tell you what, Gareth. Let me give you something. All right, on a commercial level. All right, that they would have done. Okay, had they been able to. Oh, I see you're
okay?
being
So
driven now.
again,
That's
when
nice.
airplanes is flying, they going over the bird. They don't
No,
care,
you're off.
bro.
No, you're off again. You're
Fly
off again.
straight ahead.
Right. Okay. So, do you know what? Do you know what a VHF
I don't. We talk
is?
about the Earth, man. See, you keep talking about
No,
man-made
no, no,
stuff. We
no, no,
talk about
no, no. Oh, it's very easy.
heavenly.
So
Yeah, we talk about heavenly
VHF and
stuff,
above.
not
Well, just listen.
man-made.
Well, listen, and then you might learn something. And then you might learn something, buddy.
No, they had
So
60 years. I've
VHF is
learned
line
nothing
of
from
sight.
that.
Anthony, order. Let Dan
VHF
finish
is
his
line of
question. We
sight.
need to hear this.
UHF is line of sight. SHF is line of sight. Okay? HF is not. So, if the Earth was flat, they would have put VHF antennas on like the hills in Britain, and
The
then we
Library
could
of
have talked to the
Congress.
whole of the United States.
I got a
Talk to the
picture.
whole of the United States like that, quick, quick, quick. And is that cheaper than putting vast undersea cables all over the world? Fuck yeah. If
Thank
the
you. So
world
you
was
don't need
flat, we'd all be
satellites.
talking
There's
to each
cables
other on
under the water.
VHF. Easy. We'd all have transmitters on the hill. We'd all have handhelds.
But what they need
Our
satellites for.
radios would transmit to the
So when
tower,
we're in the
and it would
mountains,
fuck off
why
to
we don't
another
get a
tower in
signal?
the States and then be passed on down. It'd be line of sight. It'd be a piece of piss. There'd
So
be
why
no
your
mobile phone heating ears or shit like that with listening, cell power and shit like that. There'd be no need for, anything else, would they? I mean, what do you think Wi-Fi is?
So y'all, you said it's
Radio
20,000
waves.
satellites. When Gail and them went up there, where was all them satellites? I didn't see nothing.
What about?
I didn't see
Oh,
not one satellite.
because you ain't seen nothing, all right. You ain't seen nothing, all
Why
right.
didn't
But
turn the camera around to see the
the
sun
world
and
doesn't
all that
work on
stuff?
what you've seen or what you've not seen, mate. Is it?
Oh, I began not to stop trusting them. Actually, NASA, I call them Nada. Nada.
You don't trust me anyway. You haven't listened to the damn bloody thing I've said.
I've got a question. Actually, I've got a question. So what I will say is this: regardless what the shape of the Earth is, and Dan, I'm going to pose this question to you, Dan. I do believe, regardless what the shape is, I think NASA is full of shit. I think they lie. I think that they've told so many lies, and the images and the stuff they show us, it feels fake. Like they've been caught like faking being in spaceships. They've been caught doing that. So what do you think about that, Dan? Why does NASA sometimes get caught in their own lies?
I've seen some of these vids, and some of them are absolutely preposterous. There's one where there's an effect. I can't remember his name of an Eastern European guy, and you see the guy try and twist this thing off, and it falls straight to the ground. But what it actually is a spinning effect, which makes the thing tumble. There's a lot of stuff that flirts get absolutely wrong. Like there's one with a spaceship taking off, and they go, "Look, it's a mouse." It's not a bloody mouse. It's just a mouse-shaped bit of FOD, foreign object, Avery. All you can see is a little dark shape that looks vaguely mouse-like, and they immediately go, "Look, it's a mouse. It's fake." It's not. They'd be ridiculous. Okay. Foreign object debris happens all the bloody time. There's one. Quite frankly, hang on. The flirts always go on about it's fake, and they do it all in a tank, so they're floating around. Yeah, because NASA has shown you how they train. But that is a training simulator. Explain to me why they spend money on taking people actually up in the Vomit Comet, which does a parabolic flight that gives them zero gravity within Earth's atmosphere. It's not zero gravity. They're just falling with the airplane. The airplane's in a fucking massive dive. Okay? But you don't need to do that outside of, and this is what I was going to explain to you. There's a pressure gradient. So down here on Earth, it's 15 psi. And as the atmosphere gets higher and higher and higher and higher, there's less and less and less pressure until you get right up into the upper atmosphere where there's almost very few molecules of anything. And it just connects with space. The reason it doesn't get vacuumed out is because there's so little pressure up there. If you have 15 psi up there for some fucking reason, it would get sucked out. It would disappear. It would dissipate very quickly.
Then when they went
So
to the
it's easy.
moon,
We understand it. We know from high altitude balloons and
yeah,
from
all right.
pilots using barometric pressure to fly around the Earth.
Excuse me, sir. When they went to the moon, how did they get past the Van Halen belts and all them rays?
Okay, well, there's areas that you can get through.
You see what they
And
went up there.
you guys, no, you don't understand the difference between temperature and light density. So there may be very hot particles out there, but there's areas where it's far less dense. And they actually went through, and I think they sort of, the radiation level, plus don't forget, that's what all that silver foil and shit's for. They've got shielding and all sorts of stuff. What you're afraid of, hey, you're not afraid. Listen, I'll tell you something. What we should all be afraid of is gamma rays, mate. You know, because they come from out of space and the depths of space, and they don't bloody stop, and they strip a planet in seconds. So you know, space is big and it's scary, but unfortunately, we're part of it. There it is.
They have no real pictures. All they pictures CGI.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. Listen, when was CGI invented, dude? You're old enough to have seen CGI back in the day. Do you remember Lawnmower Man?
I like real stuff. I don't like CGI stuff, man. I'm serious. I just no offense.
You like what?
But I like
what, mate?
I'm here to search for the truth, not illusions, man.
What's that got to do with when was CGI invented?
Yeah, and then like I was saying, I seen that video too when they in the airplane showing them make that fake Earth. You seen that one? When they got the window making that little blue nocturnal line. Why are they doing all that if it was real? I seen the video.
I have no idea, mate. What I do know is that the blue
right there because of that.
The blue marble was taken with a Hasselblad camera on film. There was no CGI back then. CGI was invented in the mid-70s, I think. And the first time we got it was like mid-80s with things like the Lawnmower Man and shit like that. You know, and it was terrible. You look at it now and it's laughable.
And that too with the
moon. That's what they were working
CGI
with.
Was here. It
so
evolved from technology, what was here in the 1950s.
So the moon, the flag on there, right?
Look it up.
Yeah, the flag's still on the moon, right?
Yeah, but I bet it was minimal.
On the flag on the moon then. Since you could zoom in on the sun and all that, the moon closer. Zoom in on the flag and make the proof and get it over with. See what I'm saying? That's why I don't believe them. They never.
They have done.
Then they do like court, so the burden of proof is on you. And then
hang on, what don't you wait? What don't you understand about what on the moon?
If the flag is on the moon still, zoom the camera and show us.
So zoom a camera through Earth's atmosphere to look at a flag which will be bleached white from the radiation from Earth 240,000 miles away. I don't think your Pecan 1000 is going to get there, mate.
Okay, I'll take it just because that was an answer. So it was an answer. At least you had one.
So I've got one. I've got one though, Dan. There's been quite a lot of. Okay, I'll tell you a video I saw. I saw a guy who said something. I don't know. He worked. It was like part of some sciencey group, sciencey collective. It wasn't NASA, but it was something. And he said something along the lines of, "That's why we can't get out of the Earth's atmosphere." So this will support this. There was a video when a guy said this, and this is after the moon landings, but someone slipped up and pretty much said that we've never left Earth's atmosphere.
Listen, man, I tell you what, whenever I see flat Earth like videos of pilots or astronauts, it's always clipped. It's always cherry picked. Always, always. I don't know in what context you're talking about. I got no clue. Yeah. But who knows? They could have been talking about a different
I think he was real specific
aircraft or a different time. I just don't know. But we can definitely leave the atmosphere because we've done it. Man. Or some very smart people did it.
All right. Yeah, it was a NASA dude. I seen it too because he had like a glass.
Okay, all right. Listen, why are you guys so fixated with NASA when there's 70 odd space agencies around the world, many of whom hate the United States and would gladly embarrass them? You think Russia wouldn't like to embarrass Trump? And if he knew it was flat, he'd be like, hey, what's all this? We live on a flat Earth. There's over 70 space agencies in 21 different countries.
That's how much money wasted. That's how much money. I should tell you.
Because they're launching satellites and shit, mate. Comms, communications.
For
all sorts of things on satellites now.
So what have they found that benefiting us? Out of the 60, that's a long time. 60 years and what is it, 50 million a day? What have we got from? What have that benefited us? This major.
Are you serious?
I'm serious. What?
You got GPS on your fucking phone, mate.
What's something specific that benefited?
You've got GPS. You don't think that's a benefit?
Just to make
the old days. Do you miss the old days? I mean, it's not like you can read a map anyway. I was going to say, do you remember the old days of reading a map and then getting lost and then winding down the window and asking some old git, hey, like that, where's the thing? And he gives you fucking directions to near it Tesco. I mean, we've got GPS. You're saying that isn't, you can download shit.
How much better can it get? You can look at a phone or a car. Okay, say a 20,050 Nissan. What else you gonna do to it? What else? How much more can you do to it? It's a facade.
Why are you talking about a Nissan?
I'm just saying they are the same.
Even a Nissan.
Huh? You said it's not the same?
About a car.
But it's the same.
What's a car for?
The same aspect, though. I know it's not a car. It's just a whole lot of wasting time and money. And what major is you? Just like a phone. How much more can you do to it? Car, phone, how much more can you figure out?
Do you know, through history, there's always been people like you. Unfortunately, there's always been people that don't think like that. Because that's how technology moves on. If everyone thought like you, nothing would go anywhere. We'd all be sat there, covered in our own shit,
believe it for the globe.
Work out how to fucking catch an Uber or get Uber Eats or something. Okay, let me ask you this. 30 years ago, did you think you'd be able to stream Netflix and order a pizza on your phone, without speaking to anyone?
See, there you go. That's man-made again. We're talking about heavenly bodies. You talking about man. You give a man more credit than.
Okay, show me what God's been up to. I mean, you're saying it's all man-made. Tell me what God's been up to.
You don't want to see it, so it's all around.
I do see it. I'm on your side. I do see it. Oh, I very much see it. I just don't see it like you do. I just don't see it like you do because I'm not St. James Bible obsessed. Tell me what God's been doing. Because mankind's been doing all sorts of shit.
And they ain't reached no height yet. They haven't completed nothing. They haven't completed nothing. You can even say if somebody rich, what's they number of rich? Everybody's number ain't 50 million. Some people's can make 1 million. And that's the same.
Like, got to do with the shape of the earth.
Everybody is not, man. Whatever. It's because you kind of skipping, like, you running from the questions. You never answered no question yet. What's making you still believe in globe Earth?
I'm sorry, I haven't answered any of your questions yet.
Why do you believe in globe Earth, man? I'm just asking you a question.
I don't believe in a globe Earth. I know it's a globe Earth.
Well, how?
Because every day when we took off from the rigs, we couldn't speak to land-based ATC until we climbed high enough to be able to speak to them on a VHF line of sight radio. And when I was search and rescue, the guys in the back on an HF radio could talk to Kinloss in Scotland. You can't do that on a VHF because there's a big fucking planet in the way. An HF bounces off the ionosphere and the surface of the Earth, and it keeps going round until it's picked up by a big receiver. And you can see the difference on the aerials. A VHF aerial on a helicopter is about that big. And then on the HF aerial, it's about the length of this wall behind me. So, go on.
Planes flying, you saying they going over the curb and going.
Every helicopter pilot in the world is obviously a liar. Or they're stupid, or they're in on it.
I would ask you, Dan, do you guys, do no helicopter pilots and plane, mainly probably aeroplane more so, because I don't know how far helicopter pilots travel. In fact, no, both. Do you guys actually make the dips then? Do you guys actually have to?
No.
So why don't you have
when I got asked that question, so a mate of mine's a flat earther, and I love him to bits, and he's even been in the helicopter with me, and he still doesn't believe it's a fucking globe. But you can't see curvature from a helicopter, for Christ's sake. You just can't get high enough. No, the reason is, mate, that we fly on barometric. Have you heard of an altimeter? Yeah?
No, I'm going to say no.
Okay, no. An altimeter is a barometric instrument because we know that at the surface it's 15 psi, but we use millibars. So that's 1,013 millibars. We also know that pressure decreases, all right, at 27 feet per millibar. So every millibar you go 27 feet. So pilots, if the airport is 270 feet, will put on a pressure setting, right, which they're given, and then they measure whether they're at 270 feet, and then they put it down to 0 and see whether it's 10 millibars below, which is
so
270.
Much stuff,
and that's how they check it. Hang on.
Then
they set a pressure setting
in the morning.
They set a pressure setting
called
a Q&A.
Order. Anthony, let Dan just finish this, and then we can go back to your point.
They set a pressure setting Q&H, right? They then fly up to their assigned level, and then they hold at that level. So effectively, and if you've got autopilots, some don't, like small aircraft that you're learning in don't have autopilots, yeah? But big stuff that I used to fly has an altitude hold. So you'll put in your altitude hold, and you'd put in your speed, depending on whether you've got whatever you've got. But what that does is you're then flying, say, at 2,000 feet, and you keep it at 2,000 feet.
So it does have to keep moving,
No, it doesn't, because you're literally just following the gentle curvature of the Earth because of the pressure setting. And if you go into a new area and there's a bit more like thunder or cloud or whatever, you might have to change. I mean, pilots are literally changing the pressure setting to keep the aircraft at their assigned level more than you'd imagine. Right. Okay, but no, you don't have to dip the nose at all. And these guys don't understand how aeroplanes fly, for fuck's sake. When you're descending, the aircraft's nose will be up. It won't be down. It'll be up. So aeroplanes fly with like a couple of degrees nose up. They need to because of the lift. So
okay.
Hang on, that pressure setting goes all the way up to the top, and then it keeps dissipating more and more and more and more and more until it becomes space. That's how it works. Because air has mass.
Anthony, you can take the floor.
Yeah, I was saying, like, when the sun look up in the sky and it's big as heck, and then it's this. If it's those 93 million, how You know what I mean? How's the size so different?
How is the what?
What the sun get closer to us when it's bigger in the morning, and then it moved back in the afternoon? What's up with that? You ever seen the sun when it's real huge, and then now it's smaller? What's up with that?
Okay.
Is that a
Do you know what
perspective? Is some
refraction?
type of
Do you know what
illusion?
refraction? Do you
Or
know
is there
what
any
refraction is?
numbers, math to that?
Do you know what refraction is?
I think you're obscuring your sight and stuff, or
Okay. Have you ever looked through Granny's reading glasses? What does it do?
yes.
Magnifies things, doesn't it? So, because you've got moisture in the atmosphere, it acts
So what
almost
we
like a
looking through?
lens.
That dome? Is that dome
Dude,
making it?
listen, hang on. Think about the fact that if you have a little ball of water, or a floating ball of water, or you add washing up liquid to it and create a ball, you can see reflections in it, can't you? As light goes through it. So light travels through the water. So if you think of the atmosphere, when it's very humid, there's a lot of moisture in the air, isn't it? Like if you go to West Africa on the equator and it's moist, they have humidity of like 98%. It's brutal. So there's a
Then
lot of
the
moisture in the
sun
air.
is lighting
And
up
then
the
when you
earth.
see the sun,
The
you're
space is
seeing
black.
the light rays come through
I don't
a
get it.
billion little water particles.
Yeah,
Okay, let
y'all
me
just
ask
trying
you
to
why
speak
you can't.
that
Let
thing.
me ask you why you can't see the sun disappearing off like you would a car along a long road. I mean, if the sun was within the firmament, you
Yeah,
would actually see it disappearing off into the distance because
you
the Earth
do.
is flat. You'd
It's
never see it dip. You'd never
yeah,
see it dip.
man.
You wouldn't
So
see it
what was
go
that?
down
What
there.
was
You wouldn't see
a
it set.
binoculars or something? I bet you've
It
seen
would
it come
never
back out.
set. And it would illuminate the whole world because light doesn't work that way. You can't have something in a giant glass, whatever it is, firmament, with a great big
Bro,
ball of
you could be in
fire
the room with the
right
light
next to the
on and it's
glass
still
and
dark spots.
expect it not to reflect off the glass to the other side of the flat world. Idiots.
Now, according to y'all, the moon
Tell
made
me
out of
why.
glitter.
Tell me how day and night work.
Look, the sun reflecting the light, the moon reflecting the sunlight. What is the moon made out of glitter? What is it
Believe
reflecting off
it's
of? Come on, bruh.
I believe it's good old cheddar cheese, as Wallace and
Yeah,
Gromit
according
have.
to y'all, the glitter, we got a glitter moon. It's reflect.
Oh
Come
God.
on, man.
It's very light. It's very light,
Then the sun is
so it
beaming.
reflects.
Why is space
You
still
know,
black while the
if
sun
you
is
look
so
at
beaming?
if you look at
Look,
limestone
what the sun
on
only
a
beam
full
one
moon,
direction?
it's very illuminated.
Why it ain't beaming on the back half of the space?
So,
Come on.
sorry,
And if it's a
I'm.
curve, look at the horizon sideways. Where's the bend when you look at? Come on, bro. It's dog cams that went up 110,000 feet, still flat. You should have seen that curve. It should have went bent down.
Okay, shoulda, woulda, whatnot, but it's very clearly a globe. There's some very
So it's
simple
not.
things that
It's
you
not what
can.
y'all said it do. Y'all said every certain miles it bends. Then it don't do that. Don't run from it. It don't do what y'all said it do. Shoulda, coulda,
I
woulda
don't.
was on
I don't.
y'all.
I have no idea. I don't really speak ghetto. What are you trying to say there? It
I
don't
feel
do
like
what
if
it
you
don't
look
do,
up
and it
flat
don't
Earth,
do
you
what
will
it
start
don't want to do.
believing.
I mean, what the fuck
But you
does that
too
mean?
stuck on gun hole focus on a globe. If you look at flat Earth, you will start seeing what I'm talking about. Because that's how
But
I
it
discovered.
doesn't work.
You can
It
say
doesn't
that
work,
just
does
to
it?
say it. You just
Do you
saying
know
that
that?
just to say it, man. I don't. I know that.
Okay, what does water do in
You
space?
tell me. You once said that it
It
bends.
turns into a ball. It
You
turns
said
into
it
a
sticks to
ball.
a
And what are
ball.
we in? We're in space. So it turns into a ball.
So
It just
that's what
happens
it
to have a
does.
big
He said
clump.
it stick to a
Big
ball, so
clump.
that's what it
It
does.
happens to have a big clump.
That's what you
Things
want.
naturally want to. It's not what I want. It's what we know.
We don't know that.
Oh,
It's
we
curved.
definitely do. Oh,
If
we
it was
do.
curved,
We
you would see
definitely
it,
do.
man. They would have to
No,
prove
no,
it
no,
wouldn't
no,
be
no.
no
We do.
room for flat earth.
So
Well, it wouldn't be
Anthony,
room
are
for
you
flat earth to
saying?
say
So
nothing.
you're saying what
They
you're
didn't prove
saying is
enough.
that you are smarter. You
Globe
are
didn't prove
smarter
enough.
than every person in some of the smartest industries, some of the clever. You've got to be clever to be in those industries. That
Hey, you know
you,
what?
with your with your knowledge base,
we got
smarter than these people.
we got financial smart people
Do
too,
you?
but
Can
why we
you?
in debt?
No, I'm just
But you look at
asking.
my country, it's 33 trillion, but it's so much smart financial people. So what's going on?
What?
The stuff we talk about, people being fraudulent, not just dealing with the facts and truth.
What's
You know,
that?
there's
What's that got
money
to do with
involved.
flat Earth?
Huh?
What has greedy fucking elites got to do with the flat Earth?
It's
I told you, we weren't fooled in our education. We weren't fooled at flight school. We weren't fooled. Astronomers aren't fooled. They're taught by people
like I said,
who
all
know
these
more than
knowledge is
them.
out here.
And then the younger generation sometimes find out things that the older generation didn't know. And that's how it all moves on.
But I'm saying it can
And
get
you're going on about greedy wankers in Wall Street.
having
I mean,
money in the
what's
way
that got
that's
to do with
slowing
it?
it down. When that info is just out there, available.
It's got nothing to do with science, navigation, electronics, radio waves, all the things that go on around the globe. People working on cruise ships, people working on container ships. You know, the whole thing. Airlines going round. It all works. We all know how it works.
If it was so real,
all right. You couldn't explain to me why.
Bro. I'm trying to make
you never
the point.
explained to me.
I'm gonna forget my point in a minute.
What you do is you just say.
It's just like, why don't they send nobody else to space?
Why
they
give you an
send a regular
answer,
person to space?
And then your only
Because they
answer
go,
is to go, nuh-uh.
Because they might get sued. And it costs. You know that's why. If it was real, send somebody regular.
So 8 billion people are in the cult, but
So
not
they don't lie about it.
No, it's
You
you.
know what I'm saying?
Listen, you're literally standing there
It's a lie.
you're literally standing there
It's
displaying
all
the
of our
knowledge
planet,
of
so
a
send a regular
5-year-old
person up there.
and telling me that I'm in a fucking cult.
Send a regular person up there, so ain't nobody gonna lie, and you'll see. You know what I mean? Send me up there so I can turn the camera around. I want to turn the camera around and see all the other planets.
Give a shit about sending you. What makes you special? What makes you
It's
qualified?
not me.
You're not
It's the
qualified
info.
to go
The
up
info
into
is special.
space. To go up into space, ISS. These people have worked for decades.
That's what's wrong with y'all. You saying me special? The info is special. Let it circulate.
To rock up and say, "Hey, bro."
You just said it. Like NASA only got 100 people. Why you limiting the info?
Put me up there. The Earth don't do what
it's all our planet. It ain't just belong to 100 people, right? The planet belong to all of us, not 100 people. So that's frightening.
So did you just say planet?
What I do think, guys, let me just interject real quick. What I do think, as far as with the elites, the thing is these conversations always have to have an element of the elites, because the problem is I think why I always question these things is because the elites, I think they're way more crooked than we could even believe.
They are,
and the
more you'll get no disagreement.
So for example, I suppose what Anthony's saying is they could technically lie about anything. So let's just say aliens, for example, right? If you think about 30 years ago, when people spoke about aliens, you were made to look crazy. I remember growing up, and if anyone said aliens, you're crazy. Whereas if we fast forward now, 2 years ago, you've got government officials talking about aliens like it's regular. So we know that these people control anything. That if they want us to believe black is white and white is black, they'll find a way to.
I will agree with you 100%, Gareth, but not for the Earth.
Oh, I hear.
Many people before the CIA, before any of this shit, knew it was a fucking globe.
Back 500 years
about
ago,
the ancients and putting firmaments
until NASA came around.
People draw in particular styles, but people have known it's like Aristophanes, who wanted to measure the radius, and he did it. He actually got it quite close. People knew it was a globe because of ships sailing over the horizon.
Because of him.
That's how they knew. That's how they
knew. Look. Just like you said, who am I? Who is he? Who is dude?
Do ships go over the horizon?
I can say the same thing. Who is he? Who is whatever that nigga name is? My bad, but
Copernicus.
Sorry, y'all. That's what. Copernicus.
Are you calling him? Hang on. Are you calling him?
I'm serious. To me, who is he? Just because they said who is he? He could be a made-up person. I don't know if
He's
he's
not
real.
though,
That's
is
why
he?
you deal with stuff now. That's why
He's
you don't
not.
pick
All these.
people. You look at facts that's out there, and we all join together. We'll find it.
Why are you going back to Copernicus? We've got
I mean,
high-powered
ain't he
telescopes. I mean,
associated
you've
with
got
astrology? What you mean? He associated with astrology?
Copernicus was not an astrologer. Astrologers, all that bullshit about your star sign, mate.
You know who I'm talking about?
You know?
Whoever, bro. Whoever the item is, you talking about who
I
am I?
bet
Who is they?
I bet your star sign this morning in the
See, that's
paper
what
said you're
people
going to
do.
get your
See, you
arse
know what
handed
I'm
to you
saying,
by
bro.
the
That's
moon.
some of that. If I say
Okay?
something and somebody else say the same thing, you gonna hear it from them. That's stupid, bro. I don't care who said it. A fact is a fact. You going off people.
Okay. So where did you learn your shit from?
It found me. It came to me. I did not type in flat earth. All my info finds me.
It
Just
came
like,
to
hold on,
you.
hold on.
How
Just
did
like
it come to
example,
you?
you be talking all the
How did
time,
it?
bro.
How
It's
did it
just
come
like
to you,
an
mate?
example on alpha and beta. I found sigma males. It found me because I am a sigma male, not an alpha or no beta. Sigma male is both of them combined. So that's all the same. All this info found me. I looked on YouTube and flat earth came up and I looked at it and I'm like, okay. I looked at it for a couple years and that looks better than the globe. They facts fit better than a globe. That's all.
So did your sigma hit you at the same time as flat Earth? Then where did it hit you? I mean, how did it
It was on a
manifest?
similar time frame. It was. Yeah, it
All
was.
right. Any man that calls himself sigma is no fucking sigma. Same as any man that calls himself an alpha is no alpha. All
Speak
right.
for yourself, sir.
These people
Can you
that
speak
think
for
that
yourself,
they're
please?
alpha have
Because
no
I
fucking
know I'm
clue.
a Sigma.
Alphas
Sigmas,
come when the time needs them. Up until then, they
Alpha's
may be
got
classed
the,
as
if you
betas
read
because they're
Alpha,
not the
it's
ones
got the
fucking beating
shortest
their chest, mate.
paragraph.
So
Alpha's
look,
got the
you
shortest
reckon that
paragraph. And Alpha's the
your
same as you said
education
in
level,
anything
and what
else.
you've
It's something
done,
they pushing
and you think
that
you're a
don't have no
sigma,
meaning. Just like people say
right?
this chess, not checkers. I say this checkers. Because it don't. I want to have that conversation
That's
too, bro.
that's
Like
because
about
your
people saying
simplified
chess and
mind.
checkers.
That's your simplified
They
mind
just
either not
saying what
understanding
meaning
chess
do that
and
have?
then choosing the easier option. I mean, what is checkers
Speak for
except
yourself,
fucking chess
bro.
for dumb people?
It's
I mean, it
strategy.
is, isn't it?
Chess is a stalemate. You don't get nowhere. And it seems like that's what
Please.
life is.
No,
They
it's a
fake to make you
stalemate.
think you got
It's a
somewhere,
stalemate
but
if
it's
you
a
don't know what you're
stalemate. So
doing.
they right. They is chess. Stalemate.
No,
Not
you see,
getting
what you're
nowhere.
doing is you're protecting your very fragile ego
Yeah.
by the fact.
Why you
No, you
speak?
are.
You
You're
speak for
protecting your
yourself.
fragile ego by
My ego
staying
is
away from the
strong. That's
things that
why
are
you want to attack
difficult,
me. Speak
staying away
yours
from
is
the
weak.
things that are
That's why.
difficult, and then
Speak for
convincing
yourself.
yourself,
Can you talk for you?
that the simpler
My
thing
stuff's strong. I don't need nobody
has
to
more
talk to me.
value
I
than
stand.
the other thing that you can't do.
Speak for yourself, man. You can't tell me what I can do. We know in this world we live in, you
I
can't
can
speak for yourself, so that's what you do. You can't do.
I've got a fairly good idea.
I could do it. I'm smart. I actually say I'm the smartest in this earth for real. I tell people
I
that
know, and
because it
that's
could be
called
corporate, and I tell them
Dunning-Kruger. It's
corporate ain't
called
gonna tell you that.
delusion, and it's also called narcissism.
Did corporate tell you that? Those names, that's childish. Like I say, I'm grown. The corporate
They're only
can't tell
childish
you what
because
I
you
can tell
don't
you.
know what they are.
It's been how many presidents?
No, everything childish is what you don't know.
50
And that's because
presidents. And if I was
you
president,
are
I bet you
trying
I'll
to
do better than
protect your
all of them.
fragile image of yourself as a knowledgeable Sigma man, of
Yeah.
which you are neither.
Yeah. Yes, I am, buddy.
I don't even actually know what a sigma is. You know,
But
I've heard
Trilla
the
is
word.
good. We go against the grain. We're not following this regular worldly stuff. That's basically what it is. We got our own ideas. We loyal. That's what it is. To me, Alpha got the
No.
shortest paragraph. To me, an Alpha is you at a meeting and then they tell them what somebody else want to do, and if you don't listen, oh, I'm gonna fight you. That's an Alpha.
Okay.
What do they do on their own? What can an Alpha handle on his own? That's why I say I'm a Sigma. We stand on our own.
I couldn't
We
give a
make up
flying
other
fuck
stuff.
what
We ain't
letter
no
of the
herd
alphabet
mentality.
you are. It's got
We're not
nothing
a
to
herd
do with
mentality
the
like this
shape
guy
of the
right
earth.
here.
Look,
He a
you're just
follower.
rabbiting on.
Do you
You're
have a
just
brain in your
rabbiting
eye?
on, telling me
I
how
just want to
fucking
hear
hard you
your
are.
thoughts,
What's
bro,
that got
not
to do with
NASA.
Oh, I'm hard. Look at me. I'm yeah. Way. Go on then. Go on then. How
You
about
are
engaging
forward
that?
to Europe. I just trying to know you, bro. Y'all all over there. He being himself. You know what I mean? He staying himself. You not being yourself. You act like you work for nada. I mean NASA.
So I said something to you, and you said you weren't telling me what I am, but you're now telling me what I am.
You said, well, I
How,
was. Then he say that first.
how interesting.
I'm not this
Well,
and that. I'm the best.
I
I'm the
just
smartest.
threw in a couple of things saying like you're dim-witted and
You
you've
can
got a
look at
really
my city and
intellectual
state.
IQ
It
and
done
shit
been
like that.
representative.
But
How many representatives has been? You can look at 80 years. I bet you I'm better than all of them. They had their chance. They
is
didn't
that
come up
why
with
you're
nothing that
sitting in a
worked.
car? Is that why you're sitting in a car at the moment,
I
talking
do
on your
my work
phone? And
everywhere I go. I don't got it to
well,
be
I'm
in no
just
office.
wondering.
I don't got to have no
Wondering, mate.
uniform or
I don't
office. I
know.
go everywhere.
You seem to think you're better than an awful lot of people.
I am. I know I am. It ain't no thing.
Tell me about that.
I know I am.
Who let me ask something. Who do you compare yourself to?
A whole bunch of people, politicians, president,
Go on then. Give me a few
representatives that
names.
ain't done nothing
Give me a
yet.
few names who are your equal.
All the presidents, I just said it. All 50 of them
Your
ain't done
equal.
nothing. If I get in there, I'm going to implement everything that work and quit. Because it don't
So
take
you're
4 years.
are you?
See what I'm saying? Because I know
Can I
my
just
stuff gonna
ask?
work. And it takes
Can I just
everybody
ask
else
whether
too.
you're a
You
registered?
see what I'm
Can I
saying,
just
bro?
ask what?
But then when you go at Biden and
Yeah.
Trump, they be like, oh, they can't do it by themselves. Then why you letting them?
No. I look
I need
forward to seeing
everybody.
you as
That's
the
what I'm saying.
next
I'm gonna
president.
implement. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I can speak
I
for me.
mean,
Can you speak for you? See what I'm saying?
can I just ask? Yeah. Okay. Since you're going to be president, can I ask whether you're a member of a registered party over there?
You said what?
I'm just wondering whether you're a member of a registered party, like Republican or Democrat.
What party? This ain't no party. You think this is a party?
No, it's called a Democratic Party. You know, like Joe Biden ran
I know. I'm
4 years
saying
before
literally,
Trump.
it's not no party. It ain't no party. But if I do it, it's gonna be a party. You see what I'm saying? The morale gonna be up.
Funnily enough,
Yeah.
fun,
Where I'm getting that from? Like I told you, Google that. Corporate ain't gonna tell you that.
funnily enough, I don't know what you're saying,
They had
but
the chance. You see what I'm saying? I'm talking about me. Corporate had
no,
the
I don't
chance. They
see what
ain't
you're
done it
saying.
yet. They ain't
I
never
have
gonna
no
do it.
idea what I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
Okay,
corporate ain't gonna tell you that. That's what I'm
Guy,
talking about. And I've been 50 presidents. Why they had their chance? They ain't do
so
it yet.
you're smarter than all 50 presidents.
Yeah,
Okay, I'll let you have
yeah.
George Bush
I could test that.
Jr.
Put it to the test. Yeah, all every last one of them.
Let you have George Bush Jr. He was a dozy
Even
cunt.
attracting people in my
Excuse
city,
me,
bro.
sorry.
I got hella ideas. You can steal that idea because I got 1,000 more. You know crosswalks?
Right. Who?
Build a bridge over the crosswalk. We got traffic
Crosswalk.
people in our city. Did they do that? We don't got that in our city. And I got 1,000 more ideas. Told you that's the proof that's starting out that
Just
I'm
do me a
better than
favour, Anthony. Tell me what that's got to do with the shape of the earth.
everything. The people who lying
So
about it got
the
something to
fact
do
that
with the fact that shit too. They holding up that
you're going to
shit
be
too. My
no
bad for that language.
look. I
They holding up
wholeheartedly can't
that
wait
money
until
could
you're
get used to
president,
build
and I can see
complexes
that
and stuff.
happening. I really can.
That money, that's
Yeah,
50 million a day, bro. That money could get used on
that
something else.
that's great. But I mean, it's used
Right or
for
wrong.
space exploration,
We never
isn't
hear
it?
your ideas, right or wrong. Can that money get used for something else? 50 million a
I
day?
would. Why are you so keen on NASA's money instead of actually
It's
like
our
maybe
money. What you
reducing your
mean? NASA
military
money
and
is
stop?
our money.
Well,
NASA
maybe
money.
stop like invading countries, which is really expensive. I
I,
mean,
Now
I
we going
Googled.
to other stuff, but that's cool.
how much money have you sent to Ukraine?
Oh, well, just do it. What's the money for?
Billions.
Just do
That would have fixed every road in the United States. 200 billion.
it. Okay, I looked
Guys,
up.
you know him for space travel and space related research. There was 138 billion spent in 2024, I believe, or 25.
See?
There's a lot of
Right.
There
money
you
that
go.
goes towards this.
It is, but when you think that the United States economy is like got a fucking 3-4 trillion GDP or whatever it is, it's a big old country,
No,
isn't
no,
it? And they're
USA
great
is
producers of
33
things.
trillion in debt, right? So if money was something, they
Okay,
shouldn't even
dude, why are
operate.
we talking about this? This is what you call a fucking straw man argument. What you're doing is staying away from the earth and arguing
That's
all these other
you. I've
points
been asked you
because you
questions.
feel
You keep
confident
having
in those
illusions,
other
bro. I'm
points.
not.
Okay, so let's get back to the shape of the earth.
Let's
So,
find another. So the final.
okay, no,
Then
Go
if
on,
it was
I
a
carry on.
just want
curve,
him
why
to
the clouds
answer.
ain't going like
I
this?
just want him to answer why people in the southern hemisphere see the moon upside down and can't see Polaris.
Okay,
Go,
if it was a curve,
Anthony.
wouldn't you see the bottom of wouldn't the cloud go like this? The cloud way down there
Yeah,
should be
the
going like
clouds.
this, not still
Okay,
flat.
clouds follow the shape of the pressure gradient. Okay, because they have a thing called a lapse rate. So clouds are based on temperature. So you have a thing called a dew point. You know, in the morning when it's really cold and there's been moisture in the air can't, so it's been warmer, right? And then the cold air comes in and that cold air can't hold the moisture in the same way that hot air does. So you get morning dew. Okay. It's very
That ain't what
simple.
I asked you,
As
bro.
temperature decreases 1.98 or 2 degrees per 1,000 feet. We know this, all right, and it's measured. And
Okay,
as
bro. That ain't what I'm
all
asking you.
right,
I'm
well,
saying
as the
100
temperature
miles
drops,
Be
away,
right back.
no, listen. As the temperature
100 miles
drops, you've got warm
away,
air on the
why the
surface
cloud ain't going like this?
where the sun is hitting the surface. You've got warm air. That warm air rises, carrying that moisture until it gets, all right, to its lapse rate where the air can no longer hold that moisture. And so it then condensates and becomes a cloud. And they follow the globe all the way around. Yes,
Yeah.
they're on their
And
side.
y'all say it do that too in space, right? So when the spaceship leave the globe, y'all said the whole atmosphere is going to, okay. Instead of the Earth leaving the spaceship after it leave it, y'all saying the whole atmosphere in space is all together, right?
No, it's layered. That's why you've
Yeah,
got
so that's
like
what y'all saying. Like,
troposphere,
okay, what you
ionosphere,
go and I
fucking,
fly.
okay,
My thing is, how do we catch back
stratosphere.
up? Uh, that's
It's
cool.
layered, it's pressured. Think
I
of it
love.
as a big onion. It's a
I
big
hear the
onion.
illusions, man. I hear the illusions, bro. It's all good. You have no proof. You just like NASA, no proof, man. Everything's an
Well,
illusion, or
Benny,
you
you just ignore it. No, you just ignore it.
gotta believe what
I've
y'all
just
say.
given you I've just given you an answer. You've done no studying into this. You don't know what pressure. You
So
don't even
y'all
know how
sound
pressure or
y'all just
density
as
or
guilty as flat
temperature
Earth, basically.
interact. You
Y'all
don't
basically
know
guilty as flat Earth. So
Benelli's principles. Tell me how a carburetor
y'all
works.
say flat Earth don't have proof. Y'all don't either, and y'all got all the equipment though. So that looks way worse. You got all these
You don't
billions,
need equipment.
and you ain't
You
figured
don't need
nothing out.
equipment.
They don't have proof, bro. They don't
You
have
don't
no
need
proof.
equipment. You just have to actually open your eyes. You have to stop looking at your computer, following YouTube, TikTok, and open your eyes.
They had 60
Can
years,
you
man.
see? Can
They
you
should have
see the
been showed
Southern
me
Cross?
something.
Can you
So I'm
see
gonna
the
tell you, I
Southern
got
Cross
$1
from
million in
Ohio?
my backyard for
Can you
60
see?
years, and you don't
No. You
believe
just keep banging on for straw man argument. Tell me why you can't see the Southern Cross.
because it's flat.
No.
The Earth
See,
flat.
it's just a wet answer. That's your wet answer for everything. Oh fuck, they're both gone now. Well, Pickle, they're all the bloody same.
Thank you to everyone who was tuned into the episode, the Flat Earth debate. Thank you to Dan. Thank you to Anthony. It abruptly ended. I had to just disappear for a second, and then I think Anthony's phone died. Big up Pickle as well, snoring in the background. But yeah, guys, who won the debate? Are you leaning towards Dan's side? Are you leaning towards Anthony's side? What do you guys believe? Are you still globe earthers? Are you flat earthers? You know, drop your opinions in the comments, guys. Make sure you subscribe, support the movement. We're just trying to restore order. That's all we're trying to do, guys. We're just restoring order. We're on the side of order every time. So yes, guys, thank you for tuning in. You've been watching Guzzi's World. I'm out.